I think this is really important. We only have 10 minutes, but I think I can do this exercise really quickly. In my coaching certification program, which was New Ventures West, which I really loved, the big thing that they added to my portfolio was this idea of somatic intelligence, that, we make decisions, based on emotions, based on our mind, but also the wisdom of our body can be something you can really tap into. And it's taken a while for me to kind of fully understand this, but if you'll indulge me, I'll lead us through two really quick things with that. So the first thing we're going to imagine, and you can close your eyes if you want, you can go off camera if you want, whatever, is imagine someone like either a boss that you had that was terrible, or just someone who's really bothered you. And just try to get them in your mind. Don't worry, we won't do this for too long. Imagine that person and how they make you feel. And then really try to tap into that feeling. And then try to locate, where do you feel that feeling in your body? Is it in your stomach? Is it clenched? Do you feel tension in your neck? I'm even clasping my hands in a way that I wouldn't usually, because I'm thinking of that person. Where do you sort of feel that tension? So just tune into that for another 10 seconds. Okay, and you can let it go. Take a deep breath if you want. If you want to put in the chat where you felt that, feel free. So I felt some real tension in the back of my neck. Yeah, you too, Alicia. I'm with you. Oh yeah, the Barbie movie. I saw that too. It's really great, fascinating. I liked that long monologue of America Ferrera. So chest, jaw, shoulders, upper chest and throat, your heart, right? And so this is really important to keep track of potentially, because, when you're making connections, when you're seeing folks, like I was talking to someone the other day who had hired me for a job in January, and then I couldn't do it. I had this terrible personal thing happen in my life, and it was just like, and I felt bad. She totally understood. It was great. But I talked to her the other day, and I had some apprehension about that job. I talked to her the other day, and I could just sort of tell I didn't really want to be working with her. And I had gone back to her because I was like, oh, well, this is a potential for work. Now, I've gotten more and more work over the 10 months since then. So to some degree, it's a luxury, but I was like, no, there's other people who I know want to work with me, who I want to work with. Let me focus more on them. And I was able to see like the tension that I was feeling in my shoulders, my neck, which I might have not listened to before, because I was like, oh, I just really need to work for her. So that's one. Okay, now let's do the flip side. Think of, you can close your eyes if you want. Think of a great success that you've had in your life. Can be any time, childhood, whenever. Take a second to think of something you accomplished or did that was just like a really great success. And just try to feel that throughout your body, in your limbs. How are you sitting? Where is it going? And then where and what do you feel in your body? Is it kind of pulling you upward? Do you feel sort of energy flowing? I know people said my heart for the challenging situation. Are you feeling filled up in your heart in this, your hands? So take another 10 seconds to see, where do you feel that positive success, that situation, where does it radiate in you? Okay. All right. I see some folks putting in the top of my head tingles thinking about it. That's awesome. Yeah, you feel euphoria. Like, where is that euphoria, Koinonia? Like, is there a place that you can feel it? Is it in your heart, in your chest?
Just kind of throughout my body as a tingling.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. From my core to my heart and smiling. No problem, Crystal. I hear you on imposter syndrome. That comes up. You can try this again later, or you can often you can think of somebody really meaningful in your life, someone you really love, and just like, what's that feeling and where do you feel that? Um, I love doing this exercise ever since I learned it, because it really helps me when I'm like sorting through decision making. Like, what's the thing that when I think about it, or the step I can take that makes me feel that feeling in my body? Like for me, it's similar, I think, to what Alicia was saying. I feel this sort of like warmth rising out of the top of my head, right? It's sort of like the opposite of my neck and crunching. It's like much more of a thing. Now, if this is a little too woo-woo for you, it's totally okay. You don't have to take this tool, right? There's so many different tools that you can use. How I love that, Ron, is being a good imposter success. Yes, absolutely. Perfecting that. Do what you love and the money will follow. Yeah. I'm living that now. It was a big leap of faith, but I've been doing that for a few years. And and I get to do things like this too, where it's not money in the moment, but I get to meet all of you. I'm broadening my network. I'm learning more about 40 plus, right? There's always these like positives. So that's important to think about. And here is some applause for going through that exercise. Thank you very much.